helped me grow as a person, and not just on my business sense, but truly in my confidence in myself and
Mhm.
who I am and who I want to be. And I think that as a mother, and I think I lost that for a period of time.
Yeah.
But since I've started my business and I've put myself out there, I've been able to gain that back.
Mhm.
And I think, and I tell my husband all the time, like, this journey has been ups and downs and, sideways and, putting me outside of my comfort zone more than I like. But it's really helped me grow and develop into a completely different person than I was 3 years ago.
Jen, do you want to just take a quick second to kind of introduce yourself and like maybe a brief walkthrough of your journey so far?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Jen Beckwith. I am a wife and a mother of four lovely boys, the most of them from 17 to 25, so they're pretty much grown. And I was a mother looking for a new identity in who I was. And I found Tiffany on Facebook and was like, with no bookkeeping experience ever, I was like, well, I think I can do this. So on a Friday night while I was home by myself, I decided to do the course, and that was in June of 22. I have since grown my business to over 35 clients, a team of 7 to 8 people, and was able to quit my full-time job in February of 23. And I am now a full-time bookkeeper and firm owner. I would not have been able to do any of this without the academy. When I got my first client, I realized I didn't know anything at all. And um, without the academy, I wouldn't have been able to understand how to do the books. I really wouldn't have grown, I think, as fast as I did. So, and currently, of my four boys, three of them work for me. So not only am I, a breadwinner in the family now, but my kids are also able to support themselves through college, working for their mom, and they are bookkeepers. They are actually doing the bookkeeping. So
Awesome. I love that. So you went from starting from scratch and not really even knowing how to do your first client by yourself to now having a really successful business with lots of clients and have even then been able to teach your young adult kids how to do it. So
yes,
that's really awesome. Proud of
yep.
you. So cool.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't
So
be able to do it without your support, 100%.
awesome. I'm so glad that we're able to help and work together. I mean, it's been a partnership, right? Like we've all
Yes.
together. So and that's what it's all about, helping each other. That's really what the academy and the inner circle and the mastermind, restaurant mastermind is all about, helping each other get to the next level, which is great. Between the restaurant clients and just general clients, where have you found the most success with finding these clients and just marketing in general?
So I use all avenues, and I use all kinds of tools for marketing, whether it's, email marketing, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of that social media kind of marketing. But really, I found the best relationships with clients is through networking and building relationships. And, it's not, there's so many different tools, but you just have to remember they're all just tools. There is no right way. And you've got to use 14 different avenues to market your clients and market and build those relationships. But truly, for me, BNI chamber events. I'm a member of two chambers, BNI, another connected networking event that is local to me. Any kind of local thing. I do local sponsorships for football teams and the band and this and that, so that my name is out there in the community. So I do a lot of that kind of stuff as well. I volunteer for events, so that people see my company name and they see a face with the company. So that's how I've built my business.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah. And for those of you that are watching that already have a business started and have done a little bit of networking, you probably understand, what needs to be involved with this. But for everybody that's new, I know a lot of people always think, networking, I'm a total beginner. How can I do that? And they just like shudder at it. But they look at you, I guarantee, and think, she's a pro at this. Of course she can network, right? And you're so confident talking, but this has been a transition for you too, right? Like learning how to network. And can you kind of talk about how you felt the first time that you had to go to a networking event? Because we don't just pop out of the womb good at this.
We do not. So, I actually, when I stood up in front of my first BNI group, my chin was quivering. I was so nervous, and it was only a group of like 15 to 20 people. Um, and first of all, I didn't know what I didn't know, and I didn't know enough about my business yet. I didn't even really know about who I was, where I wanted to go, what I was like, how I even helped people. I didn't understand any of that yet. Um, but the more I spoke and the more I talked, the more comfortable I got. Now, I still hate to network. I honestly do. I'm the first one usually there because I don't want to walk into a crowded room. I know that makes me uncomfortable. So I know that ahead of time. So I'm always one of the first ones there, and I'm always one of the last ones to leave, um, because that makes me more comfortable. So, you've got to find what your comfort level is. But now I can go to a chamber event and I can speak and give a 10-minute presentation and I'm perfectly fine. But that has been 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
I truly, and it goes to whatever group I'm in. So if I'm been part of that group for a while, then I'm more comfortable and I can speak a lot easier. But 100%, it is not just go and comfortable. It was one of the most uncomfortable things for probably the first year.
Mhm. Yeah, and I can totally relate to that too, because I felt that way as well. And every time I have to turn that live on Facebook, I feel uncomfortable and my stomach hurts. So it's just, knowing that it's worth it and just making yourself do it, because why live in fear, right?
Mhm.
But do you feel like forcing yourself to do those things has been a worthwhile endeavor?
It is. It has helped me grow as a person, and not just on my business sense, but truly in my confidence in myself and
Mhm.
who I am and who I want to be. And I think that as a mother, and I think I lost that for a period of time.
Yeah.
But since I've started my business and I've put myself out there, I've been able to gain that back.
Mhm.
And I think, and I tell my husband all the time, like, this journey has been ups and downs and, sideways and, putting me outside of my comfort zone more than I like. But it's really helped me grow and develop into a completely different person than I was 3 years ago.